Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark with Georgetoon.com. I'm back with another Monday Morning Mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? Hang on 1 minute. Boy, that is good. That is a great, great cup of coffee. Once again, courtesy of my nephew Jason, his wife Allison, and the boys, we've got Black Rifle Coffee's Coffee of the Month Club. And this time around, we've got Just Black. We featured this one on the show before. Boy, this is terrific. And it's a medium roast right there. And you know what? For a medium roast, it has a nice, bold flavor. Very flavorful, very tasty, great aroma from it. Boy, oh boy, this is a good one. Hang on, one more sip. That is really, really good. And courtesy of your Jimmy V Photography. Jimmy, thank you very, very much. We're using one of our favorite coffee mugs this morning. This is the wonderful Snoopy and Linus blanket coffee mug. There's Snoopy right there grabbing Linus's security blanket right there, and it becomes the handle of the coffee mug, and there is Linus hanging on and trailing behind. Isn't that fantastic? And we are using this coffee mug. Well, we'll tell you in just a minute why we're using this coffee mug today, because today is Cinco de Mayo, and from Wikipedia, Cinco de Mayo Day. Now, Cinco de Mayo is Spanish for 5th of May. It's an annual celebration held on May 5th to celebrate Mexico's victory over the Second French Empire at the Battle of Puebla in 1862. Yeah, so to everyone celebrating Cinco de Mayo Day out there, happy Cinco de Mayo. And today, May 5th, is also Cartoonist Day, National Cartoonist Day. Yeah, did you know that? That's why we're using this wonderful Peanuts coffee mug right here. Yeah, and my friend, Polly Keener, who's also a very, very talented cartoonist, a very dear friend, very talented cartoonist, and also a member of the National Cartoonist Society, had a big, big hand in creating the National Cartoonist Day, May 5th. So a big bravo and thank you to Polly Keener out there for all her wonderful work in helping get Cartoonist Day established. So how are you this morning? Great to be with you. Happy Cinco de Mayo Day. Happy National Cartoonist Day. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. As we like to say, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Absolutely. Let me get another sip. Boy, this is really good. That is really, really fantastic. Hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. Really do appreciate that. If you are listening to the podcast this morning on all those wonderful streaming platforms out there like iHeartRadio and Google Podcasts and Amazon Music, thanks very much for tuning us in. Really, really do appreciate it. Great to be with you this morning. We've got a great show. Let me get to our topics right here. Oh, we got a great, great shaving tip for you this morning. We got a really, really wonderful shave den visit courtesy of Jimmy V. Jimmy, thank you very, very much. I'm very honored and flattered by this particular shave den visit, as you will soon see. We've got some reminders for you. We have got a George Monday Morning Mailbag Coffee Mug Club visit this morning, courtesy of viewer David Laird. David, thank you very, very much. We got some great refill comments. We've got some new wet shaving gear to share with you this morning. We also have some great questions and comments to round out the show. So great to be with you this morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning on Cinco de Mayo and also National Cartoonist Day. So let's get the show kicked off like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. Well, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer Brian Zions Bernstein. And Brian writes, "Hi, Mark. As the weather gets warmer, I like to add menthol to my shaves to get that wonderful cooling effect. Since many soaps do not come mentholated, I purchased the Phoenix Shaving Chill Mill." There it is right there. Okay. And we'll have a link to this in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. This is a wonderful chilly addition to my shave den. I get to decide how much menthol I want in my daily shave. When you order this, you not only get the Chill Mill grinder, it also includes a bag of menthol crystals. The Chill Mill has an adjustment dial for how coarse you want the crystals. Phoenix Shaving also sells 2-ounce replenishment bags, or you could shop for them elsewhere. Amazon. He's got a smiley after there. If you want just a touch of menthol, or maybe you want to feel like you dunked your face in a bucket of ice, the choice is yours. I highly recommend this for those who enjoy that refreshing burst of coldness during and after their shave. And he also sent along some photos. As always, I thoroughly enjoy the Monday Morning Mailbag, and yesterday's was no exception. Enjoy the Maggard meetup. I look forward to your showcasing it on a future 3MB. Thank you for all you do for the wet shaving community. That comes from Brian Zions Bernstein. Obviously, he sent this before the Maggard meetup. Brian, we had a great time there. You'll have to make it sometime. It's a wonderful, wonderful meetup. But what a great shaving tip and a great reminder to all the wet shavers out there that if you like menthol in your shave soap, well, here you go. The Chill Mill allows you to grind just the right amount of menthol in your shaving soap while you're building that lather. That's absolutely fantastic, a great shaving tip, and a great reminder, because we have talked about this before, but we haven't talked about it in a long, long time. So Brian, thank you very, very much for the shaving tip and also for the reminder about Phoenix Shaving's Chill Mill. Boy, this is really a terrific, terrific product. And again, you got that adjustment dial right there, so you can really control how coarse or fine you want those menthol crystals in your lather as you're building your lather. You can get a lot, you can get a little, like you're dunking your face in a bucket of ice water, or just a little bit. Yeah, a terrific, terrific product, and a great, great shaving tip and reminder. Thank you very, very much, Brian. And to say thank you, for you and only you, an original signed George sketch. So please email me your snail mail address to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste. And if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and if I use it here on the Viewer Morning Shaving Tips segment of the Monday Morning Mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So Brian, thanks again for a terrific shaving tip and a great reminder. Really do appreciate it. It's time for a Shave Den visit.
Grab your favorite shave soap, whip it up, rich and creamy, fill your cup, boom, lather. Hot towel ready, face feels prime. A classic shave, so smooth, so fine. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do the work, no need to rush. Shave like a pro, close and neat. A shave so smooth it can't be beat. Slap on your favorite splash, feel that glow. Shave complete, now you're ready to go. Oh, boom, shave complete, you're ready to go.
Well, this morning's Shave Den visit comes courtesy of viewer Jimmy V Photography. Jimmy, thank you very, very much. And I can tell you right off the bat, I am very honored and flattered by this particular Shave Den visit. Jimmy writes, "Hi, Mark. So here are some photos of Zerady Way. It's the hall that leads to my little shave den. The tip sketch is actually in the shave den." My goodness, I am so honored by that, Jimmy. That is absolutely awesome. My gosh, to see the George artwork and the coffee mugs and even the sweatshirt framed up and hanging in your hallway known as Zerady Way. What an honor. I am so very, very flattered and grateful. Thank you so very, very much. And it's great to see George, the George sketch in your shave den. That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so very, very much. And thanks for sending along these photos. and sharing with all the viewers out there. Again, I'm so honored and flattered by that. That's absolutely fantastic. And this also serves as a reminder that if you have a shaved in out there that you'd like to share with all the viewers, shoot some photos, attach a description, or shoot some video and a little bit of narration, however you'd like to do it, and send it to the Monday Morning Mailbag at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we'll be sure to use it here on the Shave Den Visit segment of the Monday Morning Mailbag. So again, Jimmy, thank you so very, very much for honoring George and having him on display in the Rady Way, the hallway leading to your shave den. Thank you again very, very much. I am so very, very honored. Hey, here's your reminder to check out ShaveSplash.com. This is a website that was created by viewer Lee Meyer. It's a scent matching website. So if you have a shave soap and you don't have that particular shave soap's aftershave splash, all you got to do is go up to ShaveSplash.com, put in the scent notes, put in the brand of shave soap, and it'll give you some matching aftershave splashes, other brands that will complement that particular shave soap. Pretty amazing. And they also have some other great information up there. So check it out, ShaveSplash.com, a really terrific website created by viewer Lee Meyer. Every wet shaver will really find this of great utility and service in their shave den. ShaveSplash.com will have a link below. Well, here's your reminder that the channel now has AutoDub technology, courtesy of YouTube and Google. And as the name suggests, AutoDub will instantly translate this video from English into Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. As a matter of fact, all the videos on this channel can be instantly translated into any of those languages in real time on the fly. Pretty amazing. All you have to do is click on that little gear icon in the lower right of the video screen. A menu will pop up, and from there you can select Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French, and you will hear this video translated instantly from English into any of those languages that you select. Pretty amazing technology. Check it out, AutoDub. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Well, this morning we have a George Monday Morning Mailbag Coffee Mug Club visit, and it comes courtesy of viewer Indie Shaver, also known as David Lair. And David writes, I listened to the 3MB on the road trip home Monday morning from the meetups. So nice to see you again in person. I was able to get a George mug off the PIF table. Picture to come soon. Wow, David, that's great to hear. Yeah, we donated about a half a dozen George Monday Morning Mailbag coffee mugs to the Maggard meetup, and they distributed them in, I guess, a variety of ways on the PIF table, and I think in some of the prize packages for the drawings. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, we sent along a half a dozen, and I'm so glad you were able to get one, David. That's absolutely wonderful. And sure enough, he emailed and said, hey, Mark, as promised, here is the picture of me and my Monday Morning Mailbag coffee mug. David, thank you very, very much. That's a great photo of you and your George Monday Morning Mailbag coffee mug. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for sending that along and sharing with all the viewers out there. And if you out there would like an official George Monday Morning Mailbag coffee mug, well, we'll have a links below where you can order yours. And if you have one and you haven't sent in a photo, please snap a picture of you and the coffee mug and send it to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we will be sure to share it with all the viewers out there. So, David, so happy you were able to get a George Monday Morning Mailbag coffee mug at the Maggard meetup. Thanks so much for sending along the photo. Really, really do appreciate it. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low, that time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on 1 minute. Oh, that's fantastic. That really is good. Once again, Black Rifle Coffee Company Coffee of the Month Club. Thanks to Jason Ellison and the boys. Just Black, a medium roast, but to my taste buds, a little bolder. I mean, this is really, really very, very good. Very tasty, very flavorful, and the aroma just rises from the Keurig machine. It's really, really terrific, and I'm getting that wonderful aroma right now. And we're using the classic Snoopy and Linus security blanket coffee mug. This came courtesy of viewer Jimmy V. Jimmy, thank you very, very much again. A great mug to have on National Cartoonist Day, and also happy Cinco de Mayo to all those who are celebrating that particular holiday. So 2 great holidays today, Cinco de Mayo and National Cartoonist Day. And in honor of National Cartoonist Day, we'll also show the George Monday Morning Mailbag coffee mug as well. So you can get this online as well. And next time National Cartoonist Day rolls around, you can have a cup of Joe with George to celebrate National Cartoonist Day. So, wow, we got a great set of refill questions for you this morning. And I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Let's get things kicked off here from viewer BJ Thomas 8606, who writes, head shave only, looking for my first safety type razor. The no nick is very interesting, but I want to steer away from proprietary and hard to find blades. What is really going on with supply? Great podcast for my long walks. 67 degrees in Indiana. Wow. Great to hear that it's warming up in Indiana. And the Supply SE razor, the injector razor, here with their nick stop technology, that fin guard right there, it really does cut down on nicks and cuts. I like it for a head shave. As many viewers out there know, this is my go-to for head shaves. I use DE razors as well for my head shaves, razors that are on the mild side, but this really is a terrific, terrific razor for head shaves, and I like it a lot. Now, the blades are not proprietary. This will use standard injector razor blades. You can get Schick and install those into this particular razor. I believe Persona makes some injector razor blades, and there's a few other manufacturers out there. Although there aren't as many different brands out there as the DE razor blades, where you've got hundreds, if not thousands, that are out there. But there are, I would say, a good number of injector razor blade makers out there that you can select to install in the Supply razor. Now, the Supply razor blades, the black label razor blades, injector razor blades, are very, very good. I like them a lot. Their white label blades are also very good, but their black label injector razor blades are very, very good. And that's what I like to use in the Supply blade. So it's not entirely proprietary. Now, their new razor, the Max SE pivoting head razor, that uses a proprietary blade. From what I understand, at least it's a proprietary loading system, from what I understand, but I'm not entirely sure. If anyone out there has the new Supply Max SE pivoting head razor, please comment below or email us a review with some photos or video and let us know how that works. I know a lot of viewers out there are very, very curious about it. So thanks very much for the comment on this particular brand of razor, BJ. Really do appreciate it. Now, he finishes up here. What is really going on with Supply? Now, you know what? I had heard some things through the grapevine regarding a Supply maybe having been bought, or it's under new ownership, something like that. And, you know, I went up to Microsoft Copilot, because Microsoft Copilot is right there in the operating system, and it's an AI companion designed to assist with various tasks like answering questions and generating images and a lot of other creative tasks that you might have. It really is terrific. And I asked the following question: is the Supply razor company under new ownership? And here's the answer that came back. Yes, Supply, the men's grooming brand known for its single blade razors, was acquired by Foundry Brands. The company, founded by Patrick and Jennifer Cadeau, started as a small business and grew into a multi-million-dollar brand after gaining attention on Shark Tank. The acquisition marks a new phase of growth for Supply, though the exact terms of the deal haven't been disclosed. So there you go. It looks like it's official via Microsoft's AI utility Copilot that Supply is now under new ownership, and that owner being Foundry Brands. If anyone else can confirm that, please comment below and let us know. And BJ Thomas, 8606, thanks very much for the comments and the question. Really do appreciate that. This comes from Larry Napier. Hello, Mark. It was great seeing you as well. The Maggard meetup was a great experience again this year. Well worth a 5.5-hour drive from West Virginia. Wow. I went 3 hours and about 10 minutes. You went 5.5 hours. Wow. It was great seeing you too, Larry. It truly is my pleasure to contribute and help support what you are doing for the wet shaving community through Monday Morning Mailbag, Second Cup, and your YouTube channel. You and your listeners and viewers have been a blessing to me on my wet shaving journey. I would like to encourage others that have truly benefited from your YouTube channel, as I have, if they haven't already done so, to take the time to subscribe and like your videos. I believe this is the best way to not miss any of your amazing reviews and to ensure that your channel reaches as many wet shavers as possible. Thank you again for all you are doing for the wet shaving community. Wow, Larry, that is very, very nice of you to say. I really do appreciate that. Larry and Tom Donnarumma and Chris Bodrab at the meetup all made giveaway contributions that we're going to get to in upcoming Monday morning mailbags. So stay tuned for that. I'm not going to release it in this show because I'm still trying to figure out how to schedule the giveaways, that sort of thing. But they're absolutely awesome. And yeah, each one will be showcased as a giveaway. One from Larry, one from Tom Donnarumma, and a few from Chris Bodrab, depending on how we do it. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. So my thanks to all three of those gentlemen. And Larry, thank you very, very much for the kind words and the endorsement. I really, really do appreciate that. So thanks again very, very much. And as an aside, we were getting some articles and some items from viewers for the 15,000 subscriber giveaway because we were making great gains. And all of a sudden, we just seemed to kind of level out a little bit. And I just thought, wow, we're going to be at 15,000 before you know it. And all of a sudden, the subscriptions just kind of just leveled off, and it's taking a little bit longer. So please share, please subscribe, pass it along to a fellow wet shaver or a friend. We'd like to get to 15,000 subscribers and do a really, really fantastic giveaway when we get there. In the interim, we have some wonderful giveaways. I just got to get them scheduled and kind of sort through some things, and I appreciate everyone's patience. And again, a big thank you to Larry, Tom, and Chris. So thank you very, very much, gentlemen, for your very, very kind and generous support to the channel. Larry, thanks again for the kind words. Really, really do appreciate it. Viewer Matt Panter wrote, I prefer aluminum razors on my head because the lightweight makes them easier to hold on to and maneuver for me. Yeah, this falls right into the discussion we just kicked off the refill segment with, and that is using a good mild razor for a head shave, something that works really, really well for a head shave where you're going to get a nice, efficient shave on your head without suffering any nicks or cuts or irritation or anything like that. Again, my go-to, the Supply SE. But yeah, Matt, you are absolutely correct. We have been reviewing a number of aluminum razors on the show and on the channel that are just absolutely fantastic for head shaves. They are mild, they are efficient, and I agree with you. That lightweight makes them easier to hold and more maneuverable. A lot of advantages there. So if BJ Thomas is listening, check out some of these aluminum razors. Of course, Matt very kindly and generously sent to the channel the Carved Bison, which is a fantastic razor. Love, love, love this razor. David Dart very kindly and generously sent along the Aylesworth Apex. Boy, this is a great razor. I mean, we're going to be doing a comparison shave of these two, the Carved Bison and the Aylesworth Apex. I'm telling you, they are running neck and neck. They are marvelous, marvelous shavers. Either one would be great in your shave den, and especially for head shaves. They are that good. And also, one that we saw at the Maggard meetup that completely sold out was the Timeless Razor aluminum slant razor. Boy, is this a marvelous razor, and they completely sold out. I happened to talk to Jeremiah and his father, Ray, at the Maggard meetup, and he said, you know what, Mark, we had all these slant razors sold out, completely sold out. And yeah, it is a terrific, terrific aluminum razor. This is a great razor for a beginner wet shaver. With dads and grads right around the corner, this would make a great starter razor for any wet shaver out there, as will the Carved Bison and the Apex, Aylesworth Apex. Any one of these would be a great starter razor for a beginner wet shaver, no doubt about it. So, Matt, I agree with you. Aluminum razors for head shaves, absolutely fantastic. A lot of advantages there, especially in weight and maneuverability. I absolutely agree with you. So thanks very much for sending that along. Really, really do appreciate it. Abane Samant writes, fantastic show, Mark. It was so great catching up with you at the show and introducing you to my son. He really enjoyed meeting you and all the wet shavers and truly understands the passion we feel. I think I may have just created another super fan. Yeah, Avi, it was great meeting you and your son Raja. Really a fine young man. So it was great meeting him, and really enjoyed our chat. And, you know, when I think of Abane, I always think about the Maggard meetup from last year when he bought that Timeless Razor bronze razor. That's another great, mild, efficient razor, and it's a lifetime razor. And yeah, something that you'll definitely hand down to Raja, I'm sure, when the time arrives, but not too soon. That's for sure. And I went to Culver's. I stopped at Culver's on my way home. I love going to Culver's in Adrian, Michigan. That's the place to get a great burger and fries. And I also got some of that Culver's root beer. It was absolutely wonderful. And I asked Abby, did you go to Culver's? And he said, Culver's was great. Burgers were divine. It was my son's first time there, and I think he is a fan. He's young, so he had a double bacon deluxe burger with a salted caramel custard with the Wisconsin cheese curds and fries. Oh, to be young again. Yeah, I agree. When I was growing up, I was kind of like, you know, I don't know, I was that 99-pound skinny kid. And my mother said, my gosh, he's got a hollow leg. You could just pack it away. And I have another funny story. You know what? I think I'm going to save it for a second cup. Yeah, I'm going to save it for a second cup. Tune in the second cup about how thin I was when I was a kid. I'm going to relate a story regarding a conversation I had with my mom. I'm going to make a note of that right now to have that in second cup. Yeah. So Abby, great seeing you again at the Maggard meetup, and it was great meeting Raja. You have a really, really fine son there, and I'm so glad he's going to be enjoying the traditional wet shave. Good job, Dad. Absolutely. Viewer Marco ZG77 writes, this is my daily driver. Equipped with a fresh feather, doing one single pass against the grain, it yields a perfectly fine shave, socially acceptable, as you say, in under 7 minutes, including lathering and cleaning of razor and brush afterwards. It's really an autopilot razor for me. He's talking about the Yaqi Ghost aluminum razor, another great aluminum razor, great for head shaves, great for face shaves. And Marcos ZG77 likes this one a lot. It really is a very, very fine aluminum razor. Now, see, this has got to be crazy, writes, Happy Easter, Mark. I just bought a few Yaqi razors, laugh out loud. I have the Ghost SB90 stainless already and just ordered the aluminum .70. Yeah, it's a .70 blade gap. on this Yaqi Ghost aluminum razor here. And it really is another fine aluminum razor. Again, aluminum razors, light and maneuverable, great for head shaves, that sort of thing. Now, if you want a little more weight in an aluminum razor, but still have an aluminum razor, don't forget about the Rowan razor that we recently reviewed, an aluminum razor that has a steel core in the handle to add just a little more weight to it, if that's what you want in an aluminum razor. So really, you kind of get some great choices in aluminum razors that are out there. Really terrific selection of aluminum razors. So my thanks to Gotta Be Crazy and to Marco ZG77 for those great comments and endorsements of some great aluminum razors out there. So thanks again, gentlemen. Really do appreciate it. Oh, viewer Got to Be Crazy did follow up, and he talked about, again, the aluminum Yaqi Ghost razor. He says, delivered yesterday. The .70 Ghost is no doubt an autopilot razor. Really nice for an aluminum razor. It is efficient too, just as you explained. The .90, from what I remember, is also very smooth, heft with the stainless. The head design is kind of like the Henson, but maybe you have a little more wiggle room with the angle. Hard to beat for the dollars. Yeah, a really nice price point for some of the Yaqi razors out there. Again, another great aluminum razor out there, and kind of compares favorably with their stainless steel version of the Ghost aluminum razor. So Gotta Be Crazy, thanks very much. Really do appreciate that. Viewer Sonny Forsberg 9778 writes, the Tiger blades are made in Gillette's old factory. Gillette moved production to Russia and closed the Czech factory. They reopened it and started making blades again under Tiger Tatra name. They're good blades. The carbon steel blades are not good, but the stainless are very good. Hey, Sonny, thanks very much for the heads up on where these Tiger blades are being made. Of course, viewer Aaron Watson very kindly sent along Tiger blades to the channel. I've been using them. I'm going to get a review done. They're very good and a great price point. You can get 100 of these for $8 on Amazon. So you want to check them out, Tiger Platinum blades. And we're going to kind of do a review of them and kind of give you an idea how they stack up to some of the other blades that are out there. But I like a platinum coated blade, and these are pretty darn good. For $8 for 100, not bad at all. But we'll get into a review a little more in depth here down the road. So a big thank you again to Aaron Watson for very kindly sending these along to the channel. And Sonny, thanks again for the brief history on the Tiger blades, the Tiger Platinum blades. Really do appreciate it. Now, we received this news from several viewers out there, so my thanks to all the folks who passed this along. And it has to do with the artisan soap maker Southern Witchcrafts. And here's what they wrote on their Facebook page. Hello to our friends and followers. As you may have noticed, we've been winding things down over here for a few months, and today we are announcing the end of our operations. Our soap journey started in 2017 in our kitchen with a quarter-gallon crock pot and a concept of a scent called Autumn Ash. Thanks to the encouragement of our friends, we decided to sell a few containers on Etsy, and things just skyrocketed from there. Over the last 8 years, we've made a reputation of providing consistent and high-quality products that smell wonderful and weird. We've made some lifelong friends in the shaving community, and we are grateful to each and every one of you reading this who have supported us in our endeavors. We decided to close our shop not because we have failed, but because it's time for us to move on to other things. We have enjoyed a great deal of success thanks to all of you, but it's time for us to make a leap of faith. Courtney's true passion has always been her art, so she is going to be building a career as a full-time illustrator. The rest of our inventory is now available at Maggard Razors, so head over there if you want to secure your unobtainium. Stephen will be attending the Maggard Razors meetup this weekend and looks forward to participating as a guest for a change. Thank you again to everyone who made this possible. Our customers and our retail partners have put food on our table, including too much pizza, if we're honest. And that comes from Courtney, Stephen, Morticia, and Norman over at Southern Witchcrafts. Check out their inventory at Maggard Razors. So thanks again to all the viewers out there who very kindly sent along a heads up regarding this news from Southern Witchcrafts. We wish them great success in their ever-changing journey, and it was great meeting them at the previous Maggard meetups. This comes from Bill Murphy. Great show, Mark. Love the highlight reel. Wish I could have gone to the meetup, but maybe next year. Love the Wolf Whiskers brushes. Looking forward to the new Ariana and Avon soaps. The A&E Sandalwood Shave Cream in the tube is fantastic. It makes a great lather and has a great scent. Have a great week. Hey, Bill, thanks very, very much. We have some of that. We're going to be talking about that in an upcoming Monday morning mailbag. Stay tuned. Thanks for confirming that, Bill. Really, really do appreciate it. This comes from viewer Mark Kenny. Hello, Mark. It was great to meet you at the meetup and talk with you in person. It was great seeing myself in the Monday morning mailbag this week. Well, that was last week. Check out the highlight reel. I hope to see you next year at the 2026 meetup. P.S. I emailed you a shaving tip and other comments. Take care. Got the shaving tip. It's on the list, Mark. Thank you very, very much. Look for it in an upcoming Monday morning mailbag. Really, really do appreciate you sending that along. Viewer Stephen Maffey wrote, "Hi, Mark. It was great seeing you earlier today. Here's the picture we took by the Ariana and Evans table. That was the A&E table that was run by Peter Sharkalis. We also visited with Peter. He has some great shave soaps and aftershave splashes and shaving creams on display there with some other wet shaving gear. Really, really fantastic. Stephen, it was great seeing you. Thanks very much for sending along the photo. And my thanks to everyone who attended the Maggard meetup. It was great seeing everyone. I really appreciate all your kind words and comments, and I certainly appreciate all the contributions that everyone has made to the channel, the Monday Morning Mailbag. It really means a lot. It was a wonderful investment in time to make the trip. I really enjoyed the entire day. Made for a long day, made for a long weekend, but absolutely well worthwhile. It was wonderful. I really enjoyed it. And again, my thanks to everyone who came up to me and said hello. And I thank you for your kind words and your contributions and all the wonderful comments. Thank you all very, very much. I'm still in the process of answering emails and messages and that sort of thing. So I appreciate your patience in my getting an answer back to you. But thank you again very, very much. It means the world to me that you took the time to say hello. I really, really do appreciate that, because it means that I must be doing something right with this show and this channel. Thank you all very, very much. And Stephen, thanks again for the photo. And hopefully we'll get a highlight reel done sometime down the road. Highlight reel number 2. At least that's the game plan. Just haven't had the opportunity to do it this past week because of correspondence and some other commitments at work, that sort of thing. So I appreciate your patience in regards to that. So Stephen and all, thank you very much for sending along the photos, the comments, the kind words, and all the wonderful contributions. And that wraps up another refill segment for this week. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Well, we're going to kick things off with something from Ariana and Evans. We picked this up at the Maggard meetup, and if you saw the highlight reel last week from the Maggard meetup, Peter Sharkalis was telling us all about his new offerings, and this was something that he highlighted. Here it is right here. And talk about the perfect gift for dads and grads. The packaging, the presentation, everything is just top notch. Here it is right here. Check that out. Glass jar, metal lid. Here it is right here. Boy, look at that presentation. The case that it comes in. It's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Here it is, Latte y Menta. Boy, oh boy, is this a marvelous, marvelous scent. And again, you get this beautiful metal lid, a glass jar. Boy, this is just top-notch stuff. And the scent, oh, the scent is just wonderful. Here are the scent notes. Oh boy, Thai mint, spearmint, creamy milk, iris, ambroxan, hinoki, guaiac wood, and white musk. This launches May 9th. Keep an eye out for this. This is really, really a terrific, terrific scent. Of course, Ariana and Evan's shave soap just lathers a treat. It makes some great, great lather with great protection, great glide, great slickness. We absolutely love Ariana and Evan's in the Shave Den. And these glass jars and metal lids are just such a nice, refined, gentlemanly touch to the shave soap in your Shave Den. And not only is the shave soap here, not only is this presented in just a top shelf way in this beautiful case. Let's take a look at that again. It's got that beautiful cushioning and padding in there. Again, this is perfect for dads and grads. The wet shaver in your life. Just set that right in there like that. Let me just set that in there. Just like that. Okay, look how it sits in there. Isn't that wonderful? Close that, put a bow on top, and you've got the perfect gift for the wet shaver in your life. Look at that. That beautiful gold trim. And the scent is marvelous. Gonna get a review done on this. It's terrific. But here is their aftershave splash. Again, 8.5 ounces. Look at that. Look at the packaging and the presentation on that one. Man, oh man, is that great? And I'm going to pull that out. Comes in a plastic bag like that. And of course, they had the cap taped down here. Look at that. 8.5 ounces. Look at that. That's going to look great on any counter in any shave den. It's just wonderful. And we'll get this... you know what? I'm going to take the seal off for the first time when I do the review. We'll just leave it at that because we already sampled the scent from the shave soap, and it's wonderful. But just look at that. Look at that. Just a beautiful amount of aftershave splash in a great-looking bottle. I'm really looking forward to doing the review on this one. Again, this is Latte e Menta from Ariana and Evans, an absolutely marvelous scent. Look for it on May 9th. It was at the Maggard Meetup. If you happen to get some, please comment below and let us know what you think about it. My thanks to Peter Sharkalis for the wonderful information that he sent to the channel regarding this. Again, launching May 9th, Latte e Menta from Ariana and Evans. Well, we have a new razor from the folks at Yaqi. My thanks again to Grace Chen and everyone at Yaqi for sending this one along to the channel. Here it is right here. This is the Yaqi floating stainless steel safety razor. This is a two-piece razor in 316 stainless steel with a beautiful polish to it. Check it out. Here it is. All you do is undo that bottom knob, unscrew the bottom knob, and the cap releases from the base plate. There it is right there. It's a hole and post configuration. And again, it's a two-piece razor. So when you set that cap on there and you just twist that bottom knob, the cap just gets pulled right into the base plate and everything is nice and secure and snug. It's a 0.75 millimeter blade gap. Let me give you all the specs on it right here. 316 stainless steel material, the cap, the base plate, and the handle. It's 316 stainless steel, beautiful, beautiful polish to it. The handle length is 88 millimeters or 3.46 inches. The handle diameter is 12 millimeters or 0.472 inches. The blade gap, again, is 0.75 millimeters. The total weight is 92 grams or 3.25 ounces. So when you order this, you get razor only. No blades are included, but any platinum-coated blade is going to be great in this. I've already taken this for a test drive. I've had a shave with it. I've done the review. I believe I used the Tiger Platinum blade with it, and I had a really nice shave. Although I would say with the 0.75 millimeter blade gap, it's got a little bit of growl to it, some really nice efficiency. 2 passes gave me a BBS finish. You'll see in the review. And there is a sweet spot to that angle of approach, as you'll see in the review. The knurling on the handle is this very, very tight ringlet pattern that wraps around the handle from the neck all the way down to the bottom knob really gave a nice grip. I was unsure about how the grip was going to be with slick and wet hands, but it did a really, really good job. And of course, I like the two-piece razor head configuration because once you lock that down, it stays nice and snug throughout the entire shave. Blade balance and alignment, very, very good. And the end tabs are enclosed in the razor head. Although I made a mistake in the review, and you might see it, that there is that little bit of an overhang from the cap onto the base plate there. And I commented, oh, I can't see the blade there. No, you can see the blade underneath that, underneath the cap there, where there's that little half moon on the base plate there. But the end tabs are enclosed in the razor head. You can barely feel them, but they are enclosed. So the end tabs of the razor blade are not going to get in the way. A really, really beautiful, beautiful looking razor. And again, 316 stainless steel, polished beautifully, nice weight, nice balance, and the 0.75 millimeter blade gap. Yeah, it's got some nice efficiency there. So if your beard is a little more demanding than mine, you're absolutely going to love this razor. So my thanks again to Grace Chen and everyone at Yaqi for very kindly sending along to the channel the Yaqi floating stainless steel safety razor. We'll have a link below. Well, last week at the Maggard meetup, we had a chance to talk to Maria from Through the Fire Fine Crafts. She is an artisan pottery and soap maker, and Through the Fire Fine Crafts provides the in-house brand of shave soap to Maggard razors. So if you get a Maggard razor shave soap, know that it's made by Through the Fire Fine Crafts. And they have a very, very wonderful selection of seasonal artisan shave soaps under the Through the Fire Fine Crafts brand name. And again, the Maggard razors in-house artisan shave soaps are made by Maria at Through the Fire Fine Crafts. Again, she's also a pottery maker, and there was something there that I could not resist. So I came away with a couple of really, really wonderful items. And here they are right here. I've got here a beautiful lathering bowl, handmade pottery lathering bowl by Maria herself. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful size? Just the right size that fits into the hand. A nice weight. Some raised smooth areas in the bottom of the lathering bowl to help generate some nice lather. I had a wonderful shave with this. We're going to get a review done on it. But here is the really, really nice part here. And you can see the Through the Fire Fine Crafts initials there on the bottom of the lathering bowl. But here's the great thing about it. This was only $20. That is a really nice price for a handmade pottery lathering bowl. Well, they also had some scuttles there. And the scuttles came in a variety of sizes, but there were also some compact scuttles there that I couldn't resist. So I picked this one up as well. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Again, a nice size to fit into the hand. A little heavier than the lathering bowl because it is a scuttle and it has an inner chamber there. And this one was only $30. How about that? And again, fits in the hand very, very well. Some nice, smooth, raised ridges on the bottom there to help generate a lather. And I will say this, I need a stopper or a cork of some kind to go into the spout here. So Maria, if you have any suggestions, please pass them along to me. Because in using this and building a lather, the water was sloshing out a little bit, so I had to do it over the sink. So I need some kind of a stopper or some kind of stopper or cork or something to go into that little spout there. But a really, really delightful, delightful scuttle and a really, really wonderful lathering bowl. So check them out. Really, really happy that I got these. Some really, really nice additions to the shave den from Through the Fire Fine Crafts. A wonderful compact scuttle and another compact lathering bowl, both handmade pottery by Maria herself from Through the Fire Fine Crafts. We'll have a link to their website below. It was great meeting Maria. And again, if you missed seeing her in the highlight reel, just go to last week's Monday Morning Mailbag and check out the highlight reel, and you'll meet Maria and a lot of the great soaps and pottery that she had on display at the Maggard meetup. Again, we'll have links below. Well, at this most recent Maggard meetup, I finally purchased my first Wolf Whiskers shaving brush. Now, a funny story regarding this is that last year at the Maggard meetup, I talked to Peter and I met his daughter Catherine, and then I came home and I talked to Mark Bagwell, and he said, "Did you buy a brush?" I said, "No, I'll just order it online." He said, "Mark, there's a waiting list online. You were right there with Peter. You should have bought a brush." I said, "Oh my God, you're right. What was I thinking? Yeah, I should have done that." So Mark said, "Look, make sure you buy one of his brushes at the Maggard meetup next year. Give me a call, get one for me." And I said, "Absolutely no problem at all. I will go ahead and do that." And that was the game plan, to go to the Maggard meetup and get a brush for myself and also select one for Mark Bagwell, maybe do a FaceTime with him and, kind of show it on camera, live on video, and say, which one do you want? That sort of thing. That's what the thinking was. Unfortunately, Mark Bagwell passed at the end of last year. So in going to this Maggard meetup, I made a point to get 2 Wolf Whiskers brushes, one for myself and one, so to speak, for Mark. And looking at the Wolf Whiskers table, there was one on display on a raised stand that really, really stood out. And here it is right here. Isn't that a gorgeous, gorgeous brush? Now, you got a preview of this in the highlight reel last week. We talked about this. Now, I inadvertently labeled this as a black wolf knot. It's not a black wolf knot. It's the Maggard black and white synthetic bulb knot, 28 millimeters. And it's marvelous. I've had a chance to build a lather with this and, paint it onto the face. It's wonderful. We're going to get a review done on this. But here's the interesting thing, the interesting mix-up, so to speak, is that the lid of the Wolf Whiskers brushes, when you look on the inside of the lid, it describes what handle you have. The description in this lid does not match the brush handle. They got mixed up. Somebody else has my lid with a description of this particular brush handle, but the correct information is on the receipt that I have here. So let me share with you what it is. And in a way, I'm thinking maybe Mark Bagwell was kind of looking down and saying, yeah, pick that brush there. So you can see the beautiful color scheme on this brush here. And the way we have that little bit of a twist in the base there really gives a nice grip. Yeah, and then there's the Wolf Whiskers coin and logo in the base of the handle, and it's a really terrific brush knot. So here is the details on this. This is the number 15 Tamisis handle shape, custom color combination, 2 tiers. The top is the Joker color theme with green and violet dribbled into a clear resin base. And again, 28 millimeter Maggard black and white synthetic bulb knot. Now, after getting this home, it suddenly dawned on me, the Joker, the character from Batman. Here's the connection, which is why I think Mark Bagwell pulled me towards this handle. I'm just saying, I sometimes think that maybe there was something at work there. Through the National Cartoonist Society, I got to know very well Jerry Robinson. Jerry Robinson was a renowned comic book artist. Early in his career, he worked for Bob Kane, the creator of Batman. So Jerry worked on the Batman comic book series. And Jerry, in talking with him and learning a little bit more about him and his career, Jerry created the Joker character. Yes, that was Jerry's creation. He created the Joker, and he also created Robin the Boy Wonder. And I'll never forget him talking about it because I happened to be sitting at a table with some other cartoonists like Chris Brown, who drew Hager the Horrible, and Fred Laswell, who drew Snuffy Smith and Barney Google. And Jerry was there, and he happened to have a pack of these playing cards, like baseball cards, but instead of being baseball players, they were cartoonists. Like, they said, here you got these cartoonist baseball cards, kind of the item that someone was selling. And Jerry said, yeah, here's my card. And he handed it to Chris Brown, and Chris was looking at it and turned it over to get Jerry's stats and said, oh my gosh, you created the Joker and Robin the Boy Wonder? He goes, yeah, I created Joker, created Robin the Boy Wonder. And I'm thinking, wow, that's amazing, right? And my brother Dave was with me, and his eyes just went like saucers, like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting across the table from the guy who created the Joker, one of the most iconic characters in Batman comic book history. And so that was really neat. So here I have a shaving brush with the Joker color theme, having known the man who created that character. Yeah. Tell me Mark Bagwell wasn't helping me on this selection, huh? Yeah. All the other handles that were there, all the other brushes that were there, and this is the one I selected. Yeah. So this would have been one that I would have sent to Mark Bagwell, and I think maybe he was saying, Mark, that's the one you should get for your shave den as well. So that was really, really kind of neat. At least that's the way I like to look at it. I also shared this story on Second Cup, so you can hear that. And last week's Second Cup, I may have gone into a little more in depth. I can't remember. But it's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful shaving brush. The handle is wonderful. Some nice heft. Really, really neat color scheme. The Joker and this beautiful black and white synthetic bulb knot from Maggard's 28 millimeter. Really, really terrific shaving brush. So my thanks to Peter for wrapping it up and allowing me to make the purchase. And it was great seeing him and his daughter, Catherine, there. And if you get to the Maggard meetup, make sure you visit Peter and Catherine at the Wolf Whiskers table and get one of these wonderful, wonderful shaving brushes. We have another brush that is being shipped to the channel. It's on its way as we're recording this. So as soon as it comes in, we'll share it on an upcoming Monday morning mailbag. Thanks again to Peter Wolf of Wolf Whiskers and his daughter, Catherine. Really, really appreciate it. Well, earlier in the show, we mentioned the Phoenix Shaving Chill Mill that allows you to add menthol to your shave soap. Well, coincidentally, viewer Glenn Martin very kindly sent to the channel Osage Rub. Boy, oh boy, does this have a menthol eucalyptus kick. And he wrote, I wrote a quick gift note that cautions you not to use too much of it on your bald head, as it's potent enough to grow hair, laugh out loud. In the summer months, I'll often use it as an aftershave splash after the likes of Purasso Green and as a hair tonic when I get out of the shower. All I can say is if you want a menthol eucalyptus blast shave, use Purasso Green. And when done with the shave, splash Osage Rub on your face. You may wish to use swimming goggles when you splash so you can see through the menthol eucalyptus haze. Laugh out loud. Yeah, this has a great menthol eucalyptus kick. And it is a marvelous scent. This will wake you up in the morning. And again, Purasso Green is a good one to use as a shave soap for the shave, followed up by this. Or if you have your favorite shave soap and you want to use a little bit of the Chill Mill here to start off your mentholated shave, that's another way to do it. So there you go, the Chill Mill with your favorite shave soap or Purasso Green, and followed up with Osage Rub. My gosh, thank you very, very much, Glenn. We're going to get a review done on this. I don't know if I'm going to use it on my head. That rash finally cleared up, but I don't know. Maybe I'll dip my toe into the deep end and see what happens. The scent is marvelous. And again, a great menthol eucalyptus blast. So if you're looking for the perfect follow-up for Purasso Green or your Chill Mill that you've added to your favorite shave soap, check out Osage Rub. We'll have a link below. Glenn, thank you again very, very much. And that wraps up this week's look at new wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. Well, if you saw the Monday Morning Mailbag last week and you checked out the highlight reel, we kicked things off with a very, very wonderful gift from viewer Greg Mensinger. He came in all the way from Pennsylvania, and I wanted to show it to you again firsthand because it is really wonderful and unique. Here it is right here. This is it's a vintage piece. This is the Avon Super Shaver, Avon Spicy Aftershave Lotion. Check that out. And here it is right here. There's the front of the box. There's the back of the box right there. Really a neat item. I was absolutely floored and delighted when I saw this. So here is the Super Shaver. Here it is right here. This is the handle right here, which is a bottle of aftershave splash, the Avon Spicy Aftershave Splash. And the bottle is a recreation of a large safety razor handle, complete with the knurling and the knob, very much in the tradition of a Gillette three-piece razor, okay? And here is the cap right here that will allow you to open up the bottle. Oh, that's a marvelous, marvelous scent. Man, I don't know how old this is, but that stayed nice and fresh for all these years. And here is the actual top of the cap right here. It's a replica of a safety razor head. Look at that. And when you put the two of them together like that, there you go. Isn't that marvelous? That is fantastic. Wow. My thanks to Greg Mensinger for a really, really thoughtful gift to the channel. Look at that. I got to get some shelving in the shave den because this is something you could just display like that right on its side in the background. Oh, that looks absolutely marvelous. Really, really terrific. And I'm sure that the aftershave splash is still top notch. So that's absolutely wonderful. So my thanks again to Greg Mensinger for very, very kindly gifting the channel with this beautiful Avon Super Shaver. I don't know how old this is. If anyone out there knows about when this was produced and offered to wet shavers out there, please comment below and let us know. It really is a delightful item. And again, looks exactly like a safety razor, only it's aftershave splash from Avon. And again, we love Avon Wild Country, and this is just really, really terrific. And again, once this razor head is on that cap, you can use it just like that to take off that cap and, you know, get to that really wonderful Avon spicy aftershave goodness. Boy, that is a marvelous, marvelous scent. So if anyone out there has any additional information regarding the Avon Super Shaver, please comment below and let us know. And again, my sincere, heartfelt thanks to Greg Mensinger for a really, really thoughtful gift, one that I'm going to enjoy in the years to come, and something that other wet shavers, I'm sure you can find these. You've got to be able to find these out there. So if you're interested, I would say check out Etsy, check out eBay, and see if you come across these. And if you do, comment below and let us know so other wet shavers can check it out. So again, a big thank you to Greg Mensinger. It was great to meet you, and thank you so much for the Avon Super Shaver. This comes from viewer Dave Richland, and the email subject heading is Brush Drying Experiment. Hi, Mark. I've been wondering, what is the best way to store a shaving brush after using it with a shave, up or down? Mr. Google says to store the brush in a stand with the bristles facing down. By not letting the water sit at the base of the bristles where the glue is, it will keep the glue from degrading and losing the grip of the bristles to the handle. Makes sense. Well, I found someone on Reddit who actually did an experiment about this. Here's a chart where he measured the weight of a brush, wet and then dry after use. One measurement was the brush bristles facing up and another down. The end result is that there is virtually no difference. This was confirmed by many on that platform who found no problems even after many years of use. Now, Dave couldn't confirm if the image of the chart was copyrighted or if I was going to be unable to share it here, that sort of thing. However, he found an even better chart experiment results regarding this subject. He said, I found a site that was even better and clearer, and he provided the link, and we will provide the link below. You can see in the chart that there's actually a slight difference in letting the brush dry on its base and bristles facing up. How about that? Again, we're going to link to that particular chart where you can find that. My apologies for not being able to show the original chart because I don't know if it's proprietary or has a copyright or something like that. If I don't get permission from the owner, they could complain and then take down the whole video, that sort of thing. But we can link to this new chart, which is even clearer and gives you some more specific information. So my thanks to David Richland for sending along this information and creating this discussion. How do you store your shaving brush? In a stand with bristles down or on its base with bristles up? Comment below and let us know. David, thanks again for a great topic of discussion and a great link to some great information. Really do appreciate it. Now, in last week's Second Cup podcast, I related something that happened at the Maggard Meetup PIF table. Now, I was standing at the PIF table and I had a large box of shaving gear items which were sent to the channel by viewer Chris Eikenberry. And he wrote in a letter, "She who must be obeyed said I got to thin the herd, so please PIF these items." And I thought, well, okay, what better way to PIF them than take them to the Maggard Meetup and put them on the PIF table there. Now, the one thing that's great about the PIF table is I don't take anything off the PIF table. I like to point out, especially to new wet shavers, what is there and say, oh, this is a great shave soap here, or check out that razor there. You want that razor, or you're looking for something mild. Ooh, that's a good razor, or you want something a little more aggressive. Oh, there's one there, that kind of thing. Ooh, this is brand new aftershave. Check that out. Yeah, I enjoy doing that, standing around the PIF table, and as I'm putting things out, I'm saying to some other wet shavers around me, hey, have you ever tried this? This is a brand new shave soap tub. Here, check that out if you want that. That sort of thing. Well, I don't know who it was standing next to me. Might have been Larry Napier. I don't know. Please correct me if I'm wrong, whoever it was. They had reached over onto the PIF table and they said, hey, Mark, I think you should have this. And I said, well, what is it? And he said, it's a bottle of English leather, vintage English leather. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that great? The classic bottle, this kind of squarish rectangular bottle with that large wooden cap, and the scent is unmistakable English leather. Isn't that marvelous? Well, I related that story on Second Cup because, again, I'm not one to grab something off the PIF table, but because a fellow wet shaver said, hey, he grabbed it and handed it to me and said, you know what, Mark, I think you should have this. And I thought, yeah, you know what? It's kind of neat. I don't think anyone will mind. That's really, really nice. Thank you very much. Well, I got this comment from Nathaniel Jackson, Nate Jackson, and here's what he wrote. Hello, Mark. So you got the English leather aftershave that I put on the PIF table. It belonged to my dad, who passed away in the mid-'80s, and he just loved it, along with Old Spice. I kept the Old Spice and decided to part ways with the English leather. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it as much as Dad. I never thought it would wind up in your hands, but I cannot think of a better person to have received it. Yours truly, Nate Jackson. Wow. Nate, thank you very, very much. I'm honored and I'm absolutely touched that this wound up in my shave den. Again, we talked about Mark Bagwell maybe looking down and saying, get that brush. maybe your dad was looking down on us and said, yeah, let Mark have it. I don't know. I can't explain it. Wow, that is really, really nice. This is something I will absolutely treasure in the Shave Den. And thank you for entrusting me with it, Nate. I am really, really honored to have your dad's English leather. It was a wonderful connection to him, and now I feel it's a nice connection from me to him as well, and also to you. So thank you again very, very much. Tom Donnarumma in last week's highlight reel said, you know what, you always go home. He won a vintage razor that he had when he was a young man. He said, you always go home. And I remember this English leather being used by my dad, my older brother, and I think Tom is kind of right. You always go home. So thank you again, Nate, for the honor of allowing me to have your father's English leather in my Shave Den. Heartfelt appreciation. Many, many thanks. And that wraps up another Monday Morning Mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out all the wonderful artisan soap makers and sellers that you see displayed on the bottom of the screen right now. They make and offer some wonderful artisan shave soap. They also offer some wonderful wet shaving gear to enhance your traditional wet shave. The next time you're online, please take a moment, pay them a visit. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/Mark Zarady, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review in this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.